discussion topics they talk about on the stream. My brain is all messed up. So this is like the first stream of the day. I just finished messaging with Beth for a few hours. We're gonna message again after she finishes dinner. Beth's my girlfriend, by the way. Anyways, this is a dream stream on PS4. Dreams is a game where you're able to create anything you can imagine, whether it be a 3D model, a game, a character, a level. If you can dream it, you can make it in dreams. Yo, Godzilla, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics I can talk about on the stream? I accidentally said that at the beginning when nobody was here, and it was really weird. Let's see. I feel like I'm still waking up. I feel like this is like the first real thing I've done today. Godzilla said I created a character if we do Cyberpunk and AI Dungeon 2. Tell me more about your character, Godzilla. I'd be down to learn more about it. Let's see. I just saw a message from Kaylee where she was talking about getting like turned around in my fighting game. You have to turn to face your enemy if you start moving around. Otherwise, your enemy can get behind you and cross you up. Yo, Nostalgia Kid Gaming, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you would like to talk about on the stream? Again, I still feel like I'm waking up. This is like the first real thing I've done all day, other than message with my girlfriend all day. So I'm getting like re-used to like streaming. I have an idea for a character for the fighting game. So I'm going to create that character now. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. So I'm going to grab these two hooligans right here, and then group them together, and then I'm going to save them as Robo and BB. Gazelle said Juggernaut is a lost soldier drone. Lost mechanical devils gain sentience, though it is rare. Juggernaut can talk to people using a text-to-speech thing in his body. So he's a soldier drone of mechanical devil who gains sentience. I didn't know they normally weren't sentient. And he uses text-to-speech to talk to people, but it's in his body. How do you use text-to-speech in your body? Because text-to-speech would be like, you type something in, and then it says it. But it's inside of him. So does he like reach into his like chest, and then like type on a keyboard, and then like there's a speaker that plays out of his mouth that says what he says? It seems like an interesting concept. So, how do mechanical devils normally operate if they're normally not sentient? So let me exit creation, don't save. Nostalgia K Gaming said, Nickabenson, he said, I'm doing good. Just finished an AI dungeon video. How about you? Fantastic as always, thank you for asking. All I've really done today is message with my girlfriend. So now I'm trying to create a level in AI, well not a level, a character. An AI Dungeon 2. An AI, well sorry, not an AI Dungeon 2, in Dreams. Fuck, my brain is all over the place. I just feel super scatterbrained. I've only streamed for like 4 minutes and I've gotten confused like 8 times. Godzilla said the queen is the only sentient one and controls the others. Huh. So it's... I'm not sure if that'd be considered a hive mind or not. She's just kind of puppeting all of them. So that implies that if you take down the queen mechanical devil, you would take down all the other ones. Except for Juggernaut, the character you just came up with, who's like his own thing. Let's remix him. Godzilla said, yeah, and then he said, yes. Okay. Ballin'. So these two characters are characters that Kaylee made using my robot part collection pack that I think I named Henshin Robot Collection. So if anyone wants to use those parts, they are publicly available in Dreams. Right now, I'm taking the character that she made using my parts, and I'm going to make it a fighting game character for my fighting game that I've been working on called Simple Fighter. So Kaylee's mentioned that it's hard to tell where you're facing in Simple Fighter, which I feel like is a consequence of how the puppets look. They may not have features that necessarily let you know if they're facing left or facing right. Also, I was about to try and puppet him even though I hadn't actually pulled up his controller logic yet. I'm sorry, what's going on? Where's his controller logic? Well, not his controller logic, just his puppet logic. Oh. Here we go. Now I need to take that controller logic and just get rid of it. We'll go into Simple Fighter. Let's see. Gazul said, yeah, yes. He said Juggernaut is pretty intelligent and is a scientist soldier. Interesting. Do the different soldiers normally have different roles? Like in her army? And if she's puppeting all of them, then does she need any of them for like technical things? Because you think she would just know all the technical stuff. I guess the idea is that if you have multiple bodies, even if you're capable of doing all these things, you may not be able to be physically in all the different places you need to be to do all those things. So I could see that. Like you would have different drones and give them different responsibilities so that you could do all the stuff that you need to do. Godzilla said no, like outside of the hive. So outside of the other mechanical devils, he became a scientist slash soldier. Well, who was he aligned with? Like, who does Juggernaut work for? Or work alongside? Also, that's just not the thing I wanted. I like popped into it. I didn't actually hit the thing. Player 1 controller logic. There we go. Oh, I haven't set him to be 2D yet. That's one thing that I need to fix. Right from the jump. Okay. 2D movement. So let's see. Godzilla said he's a soldier and a scientist. And then he said he works with whoever is going to be in the game with us. Oh, that's understandable, I guess. Godzilla said, are we going to do it the normal way or try out multiplayer? I feel like the normal way is helpful because people on the stream don't have to pull up AI Dungeon 2 to play. I think that's part of the appeal. You could kind of be anywhere and you can just play through the stream and you don't have to have like the stream open and AI Dungeon 2 open. Like the way we were doing it before is probably the best way, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Let's see. So Kaylee said she couldn't tell what direction that she was facing in the fighting game. Godzilla said, I want to do multiplayer. So we could try the multiplayer thing. I'm just curious how viewers will feel. Because viewers normally don't have to open up AI Dungeon 2 to participate. But we can check that out. Most def. The easiest way to tell on these smaller puppet models is by looking at the direction of their hands/feet when standing still and moving. Let's see. Nostalgic K Gaming said, "Seeing you play Dreams makes me want to boot up RPG Maker and make a game." I'm interested in potentially getting the new RPG Maker that's coming out for PS4. I'm curious if that game will allow you to like export the stuff that you've made. Yo, Rap King, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Rap King said, "Have you checked out Quinn NFN yet?" Who is that? Have we talked about him before? I just don't remember who that is. Excuse me, I need to test something for this character because I have an idea for what I want this character to be able to do. Nostalgic K Gaming said, "I wasn't even aware they were making one for PS4. Yeah, they keep pushing back the release date because I feel like every time I look up when it's supposed to come out, it's always a little bit later than what I would have like originally thought/hoped. I feel like last time I looked up neon signs, I saw like a really solid collection of neon signs. But I feel like it wasn't this one. I feel like it was a different one. And it wasn't this one. It might have been this one. Because I remembered this Japanese neon sign. I think it was this one. I don't think the sign is wide enough for you to walk on it, but I might be wrong. So I want to figure out if that's the case. Let's see. Did he get hit by the other player? That is part of the challenge, as you have to be aware of where you're facing. Let's see. A common element of fighting games. Again, right now I'm messaging with Kaylee about the fighting game that I made. She played it with her father recently, and she's talking about how in the fighting game you can have trouble knowing whether or not you're facing left or right, specifically when you're like in the middle of a match and you're trying to like move around and dodge like enemy attacks and stuff like that. And I'm more or less saying to Kaylee, like, that's kind of just how fighting games are. Like, in the middle of the action, you have to be aware of which side you're facing. Because if you're not aware, then an enemy can like cross you up and hit you from behind and stuff like that. A common element of fighting games is getting crossed up, where you are facing the wrong way and your opponent can hit you. Okay, so where are we at? Rap King said, "We did whenever check his song Talking My Shit." Oh, I think I remember you referring to the Talking My Shit song. I have not checked out that game, not that game, that song yet. Again, my brain's all over the place, I apologize. Nostalgic K Gaming said, "I just did a Google search for it, and it looks like it's going to be RPG Maker MV. I haven't really dabbed in that one much." Okay. If I do get RPG Maker MV, it'll be like the first one that I've like ever gotten. Rap King said, "You like Final Fantasy?" I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 3 for like the first time, so that's like my first real step into Final Fantasy. Technically, I own a Monster Collection Final Fantasy game that's kind of like a Pokemon-esque thing, but I haven't really played it, so I can't really say I've touched that up much. Final Fantasy VII's out, like the remake. I might hit that up. Yo, P, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics like talk about on the stream? Welcome back, P. P said, "What up, dude?" Kaylee said, "Yee, I don't like that." Um, I feel like over time, you'll probably get more accustomed to knowing which direction, to figuring out your direction. What direction you are facing. Yeah. Do 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 do. P said really good. I'm glad to hear that, P. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So let's see. I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to edit it. Kaylee said, ain't nobody got time for that. One thing that I guess I am thinking about in regards to what Kaylee's saying about getting like crossed up in fighting games. There are games that have like all side blocks. Like I'm pretty sure in Smash you can't get like crossed up in I mean you just can't get crossed up because your shield covers like all of you. But my game has it where you can do stuff like get around someone's defenses and hit them. I feel like that adds like a strategic element to the game. Because the game is like a 2-button thing. You can attack, you can defend, you can move, and you can jump. Jumping is a different button from the other things, so maybe I shouldn't say 2-button. I don't know. Let's see. For this block, I'm going to loosen up this block. Let me check to see. Okay, I haven't missed anything in the chat yet. Noah liked when Kaylee said, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm going to try and make this block kind of look like how it does in Kaylee's level a little bit. So I think her buildings look pretty loose, but they use either a square or a cubed fleck. Might be cube fleck. Cube is looking a little too compact. I think it's a square fleck. Has a really squarey design. And her buildings are kind of like a grayish color. So let me jump in. That's finishes, not colors. Let's see. I might go with a darker gray to better match the design that she had. Still's looking kind of blue. Let's go darker but not black. I think that looks more like how it would look in Kaylee's game. I didn't line it up right. Yeah, I need to scoot the block to where it's more in front of him. I want him to summon... Oops. Sure haven't grouped those things together. I want him to summon something like this as his defense in front of him. So it'll help protect him from attacks and create space between him and his opponent. But he can also potentially jump on it like a platform. It's similar to what Rock uses for his defense, but Rock's defense is a vertical thing that helps protect you from attack coming from in front of you. Well, this is a horizontal platform, and I think it'll help you get in more. Plus, if Kaylee's game becomes more platformy, I think this will help represent like the kind of game that he's coming from. So I think this will be cool. So I want him to summon that. Also, I can put these guys on the ground. I don't know why I have them floating like that. So let's program in the actual summoning for the defense move. Do 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 ba 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 do 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 But Nostalgia Cake Gaming, I think it's really cool that you're getting hype about making games. That is always great to hear, and I love hearing about you guys working on your own personal projects and stuff like that. Volt, he has been taking a quick break from the game that he's been working on, but I'm very hyped to see how he progresses on that. Oh, Nostalgia Gaming, you're really into D&D stuff, right? Have you been doing any cool D&D stuff recently? My girlfriend recently joined a D&D campaign, so she's been really hyped about D&D stuff recently. I used to play D&D a lot back in college, but I learned that I don't really like D&D that much, so I just haven't fucked with it. I still am a big fan of tabletop role-playing games. I just don't really like D&D. Nostalgia Cake Gaming said, at Nickabenson. And then he said, sadly, no. Oh, okay. Understandable. Do, 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 do. Hopefully you'll get an opportunity to at some point. I can't tell if the emission is properly aligned. It looks almost like it's tilted. I can't tell if it lasts long enough. Nostalgia Gaming said, at Nickabenson, the game I was running had to be canceled because of the virus. That's understandable. I kind of guessed that when you had said sadly no. Do you ever use stuff like Roll20 to host online games of D&D? That's what Beth, Kaylee, and Kratos are doing. There are more people than Beth, Kaylee, and Kratos. Danny and Teresa are also in the campaign. But they're doing like online D&D sessions. They haven't really started yet. They've done like character creation stuff for the most part. I think players can somewhat take advantage of these longer platforms, well, more wide platforms. Just not too much advantage. I think when Rock summons his defensive barrier, he doesn't get to use it that much. I mean, he can use it to like get on top of it. I can't say that he doesn't use it that much. He uses it differently. I feel like this allows for this guy to actually like get in a little bit. He can kind of encroach on his opponent. So I think that's cool. Kaylee mentioned not liking getting crossed up and having characters where you can't tell which side you're facing. I think I have an idea, like something I could tell her. Nostalgia Gaming said, I haven't yet, but I've thought about it. I just can't find a group. Understandable. I'm curious if some of the people who play AI Dungeon with us would be interested in doing D&D stuff. Godzilla said this new multiplayer can be used for people who want to play D&D together, but don't have a DM. That's true. It allows them to do something similar, at the very least. And then Godzilla said, AI Dungeon 2 group. AI Dungeon 2. AI Dungeon 2. Let's see, I'm going to say to Kaylee, you might like playing Strawberry Princess. Because you can use her crown to determine what direction you're facing. Excuse me. Also, I am currently... It just stopped typing. My computer will lag behind me typing, so I have to wait. Godzilla said, Cyberpunk is good. I am indeed a fan of the Cyberpunk campaigns. Creating Robo and BB. I shouldn't say creating. I am remixing Robo and BB into fighting game characters. Do 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 do. Yeah, he doesn't get a ton of time to be able to use the platform that he summons, but the platform that he summons definitely helps create some space. I haven't done it in the air yet. Yeah, that's the air version. Womp. Womp. Oh! I didn't think about this. When you face the other way, it's not going to have a neon sign on it. So I need to put a neon sign on the other side as well, so that it doesn't look the stupid. Okay, I'm gonna hide paint because that always makes everything look really weird. And now I'm going to put a neon sign on this side. Godzilla said, I like Cyberpunk. I also like Cyberpunk, Godzilla. He said it's fun. It is indeed. The continuous story that we've got going has been pretty cool as well. I just can't see the thing that I created. Here we go. I guess showing paint doesn't matter because I don't have like crazy bright hazards and crazy that and other stuff that would make it harder to see. So I'm gonna put the, maybe not the PlayStation one because it doesn't look right when you turn it sideways. The triangle doesn't really fit it. I want another neon sign that seems like it doesn't really mean anything. Not to say that Japanese symbols don't mean anything, but I don't know what they mean, so it could kind of be whatever as far as like my imagination goes. There's just blue lights. That could be whatever. It could also just have the other thing, like the same thing on both sides if I really wanted it to. Let's see. So I'll group those together. What's the point of having a neon sign that doesn't say anything, though? I don't know. Godzilla said next Wednesday I want to do the multiplayer mode because it could be fun. It could be fun. I just think it's going to be a lot more to keep up with, maybe? Or maybe less to keep up with. I don't know. I'm excited to try it out, and I am down to try it out. We'll just have to see. Do 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 do. Oh, that looks different. That one's not really a sign. It's like just the neon part. Let's see. There we go. That's a pretty random assortment of stuff. It's just neon. I don't know. I still don't like it. It could just be the same thing. Oops. On the other side. Let me just slap it on the other side. Oops. Okay. 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 So I can lift that up, I think, a little bit to make it not touch the ground. Yeah. That seems fine to me. But if you face this side, it's more or less just mirroring it. I think there is a little bit too much space between you and the platform. I feel like I did that intentionally, but now I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, it was throwing me for a second. I was like, why are there two of them? You're just seeing the same thing twice, more or less. I want to see how that works. Like, is it spawning too close? That didn't seem too bad. And you can get some distance out of it. I do think it's possible. I don't know. It may not last long enough for you to really take advantage of it. I tried to give it a similar duration of existence to other things in the game. Specifically to like the first two characters and how long their defenses lasted. Strawberry Princess had a defense that lasted a little bit longer because I felt like you couldn't fully utilize it otherwise. And I guess I feel similarly about him. Now you can actually make your way all the way across his defense, which is nice. Before you couldn't really do that. Okay, so now he has the horizontal defense with a neon sign. So now I'm going to give him his offensive ability, which I have ideas for, but I don't know how easily it's going to work out. So what I want is for him to summon this guy right here. And this guy is just going to hop forward in an arc, but he's going to have a hazard connected to him. And that hazard is what's going to damage the enemy. Excuse me, then once the enemy is damaged, it's going to destroy him. So he's kind of like a living bomb thing. So I'm going to get rid of his health manager, because I feel like his health manager is going to mess up the stuff that I want to do with him. His damaged thing is going off. There we go. So I'll get rid of that. Let me go into animation and use record possession. That's pretty much all I want him to do. The jump is a little bit farther than I thought it would be, but that's fine. Stop recording. Oh, that's interesting actually. I guess that would go here. Would it? That actually is really weird to think about. Beth said at Nostalgicade, there are D&D sites that allow for online play. Roll20 and D&D Beyond are best for that. I mentioned that to him earlier. Oh, I see what's happening. I haven't set the animation to play once on button press. Once. That animation's slow. I must have hesitated while doing it. Too slow. 135%. So earlier he mentioned that he was looking into that, but he hasn't found a group to play with yet. I I guess he still needs to be a summon. I was thinking to myself, it'd be interesting if BB always was on the field with you, but then I think BB would actually be too good. He'd be like one of the best things in the game. So let's not do that. I want him to also have 2D movement, which I hope that doesn't mess up that jump I did. I'm sorry, what just happened? I shouldn't have made an animation of something more or less in 3D and then locked the character to 2D movement after the fact. I should have done the jump beforehand. Retake. Well, not beforehand. I should have done the jump after I made him switch to 2D. Okay. View mode. Okay. He needs to be lined up with the guy. Otherwise, he just won't be effective. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in front of the dude. Oh, goodness. Okay, never mind. I don't know why he scoots like that. Well, for one, I kind of understand what's going on. I hope. So I'm going to create an emitter that emits him out. Hopefully that'll work as it should. I'll probably just copy this emitter that we have right here, connect it to the square button, and then tell it to emit BB. Hold on. I was hoping that if I told it to emit the floor, that would allow me to see BB. But nope. That was stupid. Undo. Can I connect to BB through the floor instead of having to like hide stuff? No, it's really easy to get lost. Got you. Wait, hold on. Did I get myself? No, I don't want to emit myself. I thought I had gotten the goot, but instead my goot had been gotten. Let's see. Line them up. Get him in position. It's cool to see his color cycle like that. Okay. So he's not doing the animation. Which might be like a timing thing. I'm trying to figure out how I would make that work. Like, I need him to get summoned in, then jump forward and do his thing, and then, like, disappear. But I need to make sure that he's always summoned, like, right in front of you, or else it just won't work. Let's see. Maybe I hook it up to a timer? And then that timer connects to the possession recorder. Also, how's everybody's weekend so far? Hope that everyone's doing well. Feeling good. Point one. Nah. He's still not down for the animation. Godzilla said, it's okay. I'm ballin'. Um, hmm. How's gaming been? I still feel like I'm not like fully here. I can't tell if today has been really relaxing or if today has just been really eh. But my mind's just not in it. Godzilla said, it's fine. That's cool. How much progress have you made on Skyrim? So it's supposed to play back once. Do I need to like retake the animation? Godzilla said, I killed a couple dragons. Hey, that sounds good. If it was like 215% faster. No, it's not like you suddenly see the animation if it's quicker. I guess I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's making the animation not pop off. I feel like it's because Robo now only like somewhat exists. So I'm curious if like an action recorder would actually be better. Oh, I was already in edit mode. Like I said, I'm just not thinking straight. I haven't been thinking straight for like the last like 40 minutes. Here we go. So let me put an action recorder on him and delete this possession recorder and this timer. And for the action recorder, well, real quick, because that's going to probably bother me. That won't help at all. Cool. Anyways, Let's just see what I can do with this big ass block in my way. That was pathetic. The like little thing that I did. But I guess I want to see if it works now though. It looks like that kind of works. 158%. That's still a little too slow. He does do a little hop, which is what I wanted. 216%. Okay. It does look like he's doing a little hop. It's just a really little hop. All I'd have to do is just pick him up some more in the animation. We're gonna do a retake. I felt weird about it because I was like, I gotta move him through this little platform thing. I don't know how far down I put him on that. We'll save that recording and just look at it. I don't like that. Seems worse than what I had before. That's what I had before. Godzilla said, I killed a couple dragons. Nice. Kaylee said, Ayo. I messed it up. I messed up what I had like 2 seconds ago. Okay. Go back. No, that was fine. Then Godzilla said, oh yeah. The reverse of Ayo. I like that. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Let me correct that. And let's stop recording. That was pretty lame. Let's try that again. Wait. Go back in. I forgot to stop recording that time. Kaylee said someone's dog got loose and my parents knew who it belonged to, but another neighbor was yelling at it and threatening to kill it. What did you guys do? It seems like a interesting situation. Did you guys go, hey, we know who the dog belongs to? Kaylee said, which apparently he had shot a baby fox before, so my mom freaked out and went to get the dog. Oh, okay. Is this like still in progress? Like, is this like a play-by-play? Or do we know like how the story ends? Because it sounds interesting. Kaylee said, I went to go get it, but the neighbor was like, no, Corona, stay back. Okay, so the current turn of events are really interesting. Kaylee said, we got him and returned it. Nice. I'm glad that that worked out in the end. For a moment, I wasn't sure if it was going to work out in the end. But I am glad that it did. So when you guys got him back, did you have to talk to the dude and like convince him not to shoot it? Or when he was like, no Corona, stay back, did he run away so that you could then get the dog? Let's see. I'm not sure that was much better than I have before. That didn't look bad. This action recorder needs to be surface snapped. Put it on his head. Reverse. Let's see. Kaylee said his anger scared me, but I understood where it was coming from. He waited for the dog. Oh, we waited for the dog to walk away. Understandable, to make sure that he wouldn't just get in trouble again. So, could you help, I guess, describe, like, why he was so angry? Like, at the dog? Is it like a, get off my lawn, I don't want a dog pooping on my lawn? Or was it like a fear of dogs? Let's see. Oh, did I move him three-dimensionally? That would be the other thing to worry about with this, actually. Because if he does a little hop forward, if he goes three-dimensionally, it'll fuck everything up. Yeah, he sure does. So, fear, Kaylee said, I believe it was out of fear from coronavirus potentially being carried by the dog. Is that like a thing people are legit afraid of to the point they'd be willing to like kill a dog? Not to say that the coronavirus isn't serious, but I guess I'm surprised that he's like, can't take the risk. Gotta let this dog die. Not let this dog die, because that's different. It's not that he's letting it die. It's like, gotta kill this dog. Like, be the cause of its death. Kaylee said, and also feared that we potentially had it and were then approaching him. Now, that one for people, I feel like a lot of people have that, where they're afraid of those around them potentially having it. But I guess I didn't know that people were as afraid of like animals. Kaylee said, I don't think he was actually going to kill it. I think he also said that out of fear. Okay. I could see that being something said out of fear. Like something that's not really meant. Also, what is happening? Is the action recorder surface snapped, or is it just not on this nigga's face? Oh, I'm still recording? Got me. Okay. Put it on his face. Let me group them. Can you not group them? Kaylee said he then called a group of children playing outside a Corona hangout. He seems to have a very, his character just feels like angry about the coronavirus guy, or more scared about the coronavirus guy. Kaylee said, I just hope one of our dogs never gets out and gets near him. Interesting. Why is he outside? It just seems weird. He's like outside, and he's like, everyone else outside could have the coronavirus. But it's like, if that's the case, then why would you be outside? Doesn't that seem risky? Like, is he doing stuff outside, or is he just outside being scared of the coronavirus? Do. But I also hope that nothing like that happens. Kaylee said, oh, so he was playing basketball, I think. Why is he out shooting hoops? When he's like afraid that everybody has the virus. Kaylee said, and he started throwing the ball near him, but we yelled that the dog was deaf. So, was he throwing the ball near him in the hopes of making him go away? Also, I feel so weird about this, like, animation thing. Okay. It seems like he's staying within the two-dimensional space with that. I want him to hop, though. I want him to get some air on it. But it seems a lot harder to use this action recorder on him because I feel like I keep animating the action recorder and not the guy. Retake the animation. So, get in front of him. Make sure he stays on the same plane. Okay. Stop recording. Let's check this out. Let's see. Kaylee said then he threw the ball at the dog and yelled he was going to kill it. So we were like, time to go save doggy. Kaylee said it's also blind. It's a blind and deaf dog that the guy was going to kill because he thought it had the coronavirus. Why is it that the animation lines are there, but it's not animating anything? Kaylee said, ooh, is BB an attack? BB is an attack. But I'm having trouble getting him to actually work the way that I want him to. So right now, you can emit BB, but BB doesn't do anything. I want it to be that when you emit BB, he jumps forward and he's a bomb. But then after he's done jumping forward, he disappears. I had done a successful jump forward animation earlier, but I was like, he's not getting the height that I would want. I want him to do like a hop and then land. Oh, and I've already come up with the defense move. For the defense move, he summons like this little building piece with like a neon sign on it that he can walk on momentarily. So he kind of creates a platform, but it also creates separation between like you and your enemy. And if your enemy isn't jumping, it'll block the projectile, and even if they are jumping, you can block in the air. Kaylee said, ooh, nice. Yeah. Also, you might like playing as Robo more than playing as other characters, because he has very distinct features that allow you to tell whether or not he's facing right or left. But also, foot placement would be my thing. You know, he's facing this way. He's facing that way. Though he has the little lantern, so it's a little bit harder to see his feet. But I understand where you're coming from, where you're like, in the heat of battle, I have no time to ascertain. But I feel like that just comes with the territory of like fighting games, just getting more used to it. Also, I mentioned on the stream, Smash is like a game where you don't have to worry about the direction, because when you block, it's like a shield that covers your whole body. But for this game in particular, I'm trying to make it where each character has a unique attack and defense move. So instead of everyone having like a generic shield, everyone kind of has like something that's a little bit more special to them. Something that's either directly connected to their like gimmick or to whatever game they came from. That's why he summons like the little neon sign like building piece thing, and why he summons like BB instead of having like more generic stuff. Kaylee said, I also was pushing the stick one way, but it shot the other way. Kaylee said, I might have been stuck on something, not letting me turn around though. So I can explain what's happening. So the way that Dreams works is that everybody's still 3D, but also you guys can't see me this far away, which is kind of lame. I wanted to like stand up and demonstrate. So in Dreams, everybody's 3D still, even though they're 2D. So let's say you're moving to the right, but then you turn around to the left, and while you turn around to the left, you hit the projectile button. If you hit the projectile button while you're turning around, Dreams doesn't have you turn around where you go from here to here. Well, I mean, it does, but it's not instant. Like in 2D games, if you turn around, you immediately go from facing this way to facing this way. But because Dreams is kind of 3D, what will end up happening is that if you push the square button as your character's here in the turnaround animation, you shoot that way. You'll shoot like depth-wise because you shot too premature. Like you shot before you finished turning around. So you end up shooting like into the screen and into the background and shit. Kaylee said, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so like if I try to turn, see how I can get it like diagonal and shit, like the little platform? It depends on like how quickly you hit it. Also, I don't know why I didn't demonstrate in the game. I just realized this is way easier to be like, instead of trying to show it myself. See, you can like put BB in the foreground and shit. But you have to kind of like be twinging it. But you can do that easily if you're just going like back and forth and just like hitting the button, like kind of mashing. You have to kind of think about it. Kaylee said, I mean, the problem is the turn thing. That last message might have been worded weird. And then Kaylee said, lol. Kaylee said, that's the problem I was having. Not really not knowing which way I was facing. Oh, okay. Ballin'. Yeah, I would say just try and time it. It was interesting watching you and your dad play because, I don't know, I expected your dad to hit a triangle. Like, I expected him to do the pillar. I kept seeing him get hit, and then he would do his attack where the spike went up into the air. And I was like, oh no, he's going to keep getting hit. He needs to block. He needs to do the block thing. And then he would do his, like, spike thing that goes straight up in front of him, but he'd be, like, far away from you. So you're over here, like, and he's like, but it's just never going to strike. So eventually he starts running up to you, right? But the way that the attack works is that it doesn't come straight in front of you. It comes a little bit forward. So you guys would be touching each other, and he'd be like doing it, but because it's a little bit forward, he'd be doing it beyond your body, like behind you. Like a lot of the attacks have to do with like spacing and stuff like that, which is interesting. Kaylee said, lol. I think he got the hang of it later on. Yeah, he beat you at one point. Kaylee, what do you think of your defense move with shock? I saw you use it. I don't remember it landing, but I saw you use it, where you would like electrify the ground and stuff like that. It's supposed to be like a stun move to keep enemies from getting too close to you. So it's like, that part of the ground is like trapped, so if they hit it, they get like knocked back. Kaylee said, what did the defense move do? Yeah, so you electrify the ground immediately in front of you, and if your opponent steps on it while it's electrified, it shocks them and knocks them back. It doesn't deal damage, it's just to keep people off of you, is the idea. That way you don't have to worry about people getting close to you and hitting you. Because Shock's whole thing is that he's like a long range guy, so he's like, as long as my enemy's far away, I'm good. But if my enemy gets close to me, he like throws the thing down. So that's like his whole gimmick. Kaylee said, I don't know if I ever got him with it. I'm not sure if you ever got him with it. I would see you sometimes do it, but I don't remember it like shocking him and throwing him back. I think it would have been cool to see that though. That could potentially be noise. Maybe I need to put the action recorder just in his logic somewhere so that it stops haunting my dreams. Okay. Oh, that was kind of a bar. I didn't think about it until a second after I said it. Okay. His legs are so low. Okay, this might work out. Let me take that. Play once. Playback speed, we'll set it to 135. That's not enough time. Let's set it to 175. That's like just enough time. So that's what I want it to do. I hope it's in the right depth. It is, because you can run into his little ass. So he is in the right depth. Excuse me. So I'm really excited to see Kaylee mess with Robo and Princess Strawberry specifically. Because Robo is just straight up Kaylee's character, and Princess Strawberry, Kaylee said, is like one of her favorite things. Kaylee said, Lil Cussy, Haunt My Dreams, featuring Jet and V Nasty. I could see V Nasty having a song that's called like Haunt My Dreams or something. I think it would probably be something like Fuck Your Face, like a really like dreamy kind of song. It's weird to describe Fuck Your Face as dreamy. It's like surreal and kind of has like a very like calm feel, but Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I would say it's almost dreamy. But not dreamy like how girls are like, oh, that guy's so dreamy, but like a dream. Kelly said, haunt my dreams. Ah. Let's see. So what am I trying to do? Kelly said, fuck yo bitch. Ah. I think it's interesting that you keep going. Ah. Okay. So let me go into Dreamiverse, grab a hazard cube. I wouldn't grab a hazard cube. I just figured some shit out. I would go into Simple Fighter, grab the simple electric projectile. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Let's turn off paint. I can see clearly now the paint is gone. Why is the paint back when I go in this mode? Pull up on a birdie bitch, and she give me top thuddy. Let's see, Kaylee said, I bite down when I eat that cat was my least favorite line ever. And the least favorite line ever goes to Vanessa Nasty. She goes up to the front, she gets her trophy. She goes, I like to thank y'all bitches and hoes for voting my line. I bite down when I eat that cat. The worst line ever. And then she like pieces out and she goes, fuck y'all, free me. And then she just leaves, walks off stage. Nostalgia K Gaming said, I'm back. I was fixing something to eat. Oh, ballin'. Welcome back, Nostalgia K Gaming. What'd you fix to eat? Kaylee said, welcome back. Then Kaylee said, lol. Let's see. So I want to add a destroyer. A destroyer. But I also want to... I guess these effects are fine. Do I want the rumbler? If the projectile has the rumbler, then I guess I want the rumbler. I guess we just pop destroyers in here. Destroyer. Kaylee, what do you think of the idea of Robo and BB being in a fighting game? Nostalgia K Gaming said, made some pineapple chicken, rice, and yum yum sauce. Interesting. Yum yum sauce sounds familiar. Is that the white sauce that they have at like hibachi places? Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't make the cube invisible. Oh, but that worked though. Yeah. Kaylee said, I love yum yum sauce. Nostalgia K Gaming said, how's everyone doing today? Good, I hope. Fantastic as always, thank you for asking. I was very scatterbrained at the beginning of the stream, but I've been feeling better as it's continued. Kaylee said, I like it. I think it's really cool you use my characters. And then Kaylee said, I love yum yum sauce. So, Kaylee seems really hype about yum yum sauce. I'm glad that you're hype. Man. I'm curious how you'll feel about the hibachi that is at Chinese buffet. I think it's called China Grill Buffet, not just Chinese buffet. Because that hibachi is still in the same depth. Yep, it is. The hibachi at Chinese Grill Buffet, I don't think has yum yum sauce. It has hibachi sauce, it has teriyaki sauce, and then I think it has a spicy hibachi sauce. Kaylee said Serena likes the line, everybody know my name, bitch quit asking. Nostalgicade Gaming said, it's like a chicken style sauce. I use it on just about every Asian style meal I make. Huh. What are your favorite Asian style meals that you like to make? I know that Kaylee has an interest in cooking. I don't do a lot of cooking. I eat like frozen Pop-Tarts and burritos all the time. But if I were to cook anything, it would probably be dessert or breakfast food because that's the kind of thing that I have experience with cooking, but also what I would enjoy to cook. I wouldn't mind having a fruit pizza at some point. I think that's really interesting. Kaylee said, I like making shrimp fried rice. Ooh, that's how we started talking about poopy shrimp that one time. Because I don't know who brought up the whole like poop vein thing, but that was a meme for like a good period. Because I think Serena and I don't mind eating shrimp without the vein removed, but then we learned that that means that there's like still shrimp poop in it. Kaylee said, I did. Oh, okay. Ballin'. Kaylee said, I informed y'all on the poop vein. Appreciate it. Now I am aware of the poop. Let's see. I think the character's just done. I need to add sound effects, but other than that, it seems pretty good. Kaylee said, I can't let my homie eat shit. Let's see. I appreciate the thought. Of shit consumption prevention. So it already plays a sound effect when it deals damage. Kaylee said, do you make your own noodles? I've been wanting to learn that at Nostalgia Cake Gaming. Michelle is a big fan of noodles. And Beth also likes noodles, but Beth has to have gluten-free noodles. Kaylee said, can't let my homies eat shit. Should be a V nasty line. Almost said va nasty. Va nasty. Can't let my homies eat shit. I don't think that sounds like V nasty. I feel like I did a better job impersonating her earlier, but now I don't remember what I was doing. She has like a southern drawl, but she's like ghetto. But she doesn't sound like a cowboy or anything. So, and she has like a kind of slurry voice. So you have to like slur your words and be country and be ghetto at the same time to really like impersonate her. Nostalgia Cake Gaming said at Kaylee, I wish I'm not skilled enough for that. Well, you guys both have me beat. Nostalgia Cake Gaming, what's something that you make that's like fairly original that like you cook? Or maybe not original, but just something not a lot of your friends cook. Kaylee makes fried peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which is something I had never heard of until Kaylee brought it up. So I thought that was really interesting. And now I'm curious to hear what are other things that people make that may be like unique or something that others hadn't heard of before. Kaylee said fried PB&J is so good. So I need a neon sign flashing sound effect. So neon sign. Oh wait, I'm in my creations. I wouldn't be able to get that anyways. So I need like the neon startup sound. Like the zonk or whatever noise. Yeah, kinda.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
That, but like only for a moment. And that needs to happen whenever you hit triangle. Because you summon the little neon platform. Kaylee said, lol, stoop. Oh, was that because of the, it's Wednesday, my dudes? So this neon hum, I don't need it to be too long. Let me drag that all the way over here. So you only hear it for like a split second. I don't hear shit. Has the hum started by then? Am I deaf? Play. Kaylee said, lol, yeah. Kaylee's in the live chat yelling. I'm like, are you alright? Kaylee said, dreams really be playing random noises. Truth. That's because people need random noises for their games. I don't hear the fucking hum. Give me that hum. Where's the part where the hum starts? Do you guys hear it, but I don't hear it? Like, is my TV turned down too loud? My volume's up. Kaylee said, I hear it a bit. Does the hum get stronger throughout the slice? Like if I... I don't know why I zoomed in on it visually like I'd hear the bitch more. I don't know what I'm doing. I was like, I still don't hear it. I wonder if I get it really close to the waveform. Let's see. I don't know why it's so quiet. Kaylee said, now I hear nothing. Lol. Let me get up on the TV. If I have to get up on the TV, that means it's too quiet though, right? Oh shit, I collapsed it. Nostalgic Kid Gaming said, I think it's because it's a square wave. The beginning is quiet, the top bit is the most audible, and the other side tapers off. Okay. That makes sense. So if I go all the way down here, but I start the slice down here, should be more audible. I think I hear it a little bit. Kaylee said, you can probably stretch it to make it louder. Oh. Yeah, thank you. Now I hear it. I appreciate the help, you guys. Ba-da-ba-ba. Okay, so now we got the neon sign sound effect whenever we summon it. Kaylee said, teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, teamwork makes dreams work. I dig that. Nostalgic Kid Gaming said, woo! I wonder if for BB, if I'll have like a little like mechanical like clinking or like gears turning or like a robotic beep or something. You could do a lot of stuff. I kind of like that. So wow. I don't need too long of a thing for that. Let's move this over here. And let's move this over here. It sounds so subtle. Like, it's not that I can't hear it. Oh, there are multiple parts. So maybe I want to tweak that bottom one. Because since I see a bottom one exists, I want to select it. Is the bottom one just a representation of the top, or is it its own thing? When I select the bottom one, I feel like I can't do anything to it. But I feel like I should be able to do something to it. Maybe I need a less subtle sound. Oh, I'm in the sound menu. That threw me. Okay. We could try, like, clanking. Or like a wind-up toy sound. See, this sounds fine. Like, I want that. But I just feel like I'm not really hearing that. Huh, that kind of reminds me of a bomb a little bit, the way that it ticks. That might be interesting. Let's tweak its length. Preview slice. I don't know why. Maybe things just sound quieter in the sound editor in general. I hear that. That seems good. Maybe it needs to run for like a second more. Or maybe it needs to be faster. Yeah, it only lives for a short period. That's fair. And he does deal damage as he should. His sounds and everything are pretty unique to him. As is his design and pretty much everything else. Let's see. So we need to edit his health display. Because right now it just says player 1. But it needs to say Robo. Yep, and that's pretty much all we have to change in that regard. So he has his sound effects, he has his attack move and his defense move. Now, group all these baddies together. Wait, I don't have to group all those baddies together. Delete the floor. If I just save this whole thing as the character, then he'll just be the character then. Let me preview it one more time. So you got Robo in the top corner. You summon the dude, he does the thing. You summon the thing, you're able to like run on it and shit. Yeah, that's what we want. Rewind. Now we're gonna go into save it. When we save it as an element, a character. So now we go back and we say simple fighter, Robo and BB, and then inside of brackets we'll type in P1 player character. And you have to create a variation for the player 1 and the player 2. So now I'm going to create a player 2 player character. And it's not hard to change things up. You have to change like a few variable names, and you have to change the position of the text and everything. We'll do that momentarily. Yeah, release player 1 online. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Robo and BB player character 1. And now we remix it. We go in. And now what we're going to do... I just thought to myself, that one guy, Danny, who always comes in, he's created like his own little character guy. I wonder what it would be like to try and put him in the fighting game. I feel like that's something that Danny would probably really vibe with. I just don't know what his defense move would be. But his attack would be that spinny thing that he does. His defense move could potentially be his double jump thing. But I don't know. Anyways, let's edit up. So you have to change player 1 dead to player 2 dead. And then you have to change the variable modifier that modifies player 1 dead to say player 2 dead. Also, just to make it a little bit easier, you can change that name up there so you don't get confused later on and be like, oh, I opened the wrong one. Then you can go to the health display, and where it says player 1, just make it say player 2. And then, as like an icing on the cake kind of thing, you can scroll them all the way to the other side of the screen. It's weird to call the icing on the cake. It's just the last step. Well, it's not the last step. Ooh, I almost misguided you. One moment. After this, you have to also go into his controller settings and set the puppet to be possessible by player 2 specifically. If you don't, he'll still be on that player 1 shit. And nobody likes it when he's stuck on that player 1 shit. Right now, Shock is the only character who has a health menu that is not just white. I was going to do like themed colors for the things, and then I just was like, nah. So then I didn't. So Shock's is just inconsistent. Okay. And then controller logic, player 2, not player 1. View mode. And we didn't possess him. He has his health and everything up in the corner. Seems good to me. So let me double check everything. We did that. Where it's set to player 2. Player 2 dead. Player 2 dead. Went to the health display. Says player 2. My apologies. Let's see. I think he's all set. character to actually play a two-player character now. Okay, here we go. Oh, Caleb, are you still here? I wanted to know if you watch this channel called Beyond the Trailer, which talks about like box office numbers for movies. It has like movie rumor speculation and stuff like that. But it comes from someone who normally has like an inside source. Her name's Grace. She runs the channel, and she normally will only report on a rumor if she's like someone from Hollywood has like told her like, hey, this is like a thing. I feel weird that she doesn't say who her like sources are, but I understand why. Like I understand why she doesn't disclose the names. Um, and I don't think she's been wrong yet about something, which has been kind of nice. I mainly watch her content because she talks a lot about superhero movies, and I believe she's even like made comics before. She's also a big fan of comics in general. I know that you're really into movies, so I was curious to hear, like, if you had heard of her before and if you had checked out any of her content. Let's see. Wait, what the fuck? No! No! Is he actually just broken? He only emits in like one area. Yeah, he'll always appear in the same place in the scene. Dang it. All my tests, and I never confirmed that he worked properly. Okay. Let's see. Why would he emit there? And not just in front of the dude? Because now I have like two things that don't work right. So I'd have to go and edit this one, and then also edit the other one to make sure that it worked right. Yeah, that sucks. So he always spawns in the same place. Oh, and I probably walked forward a little bit and saw that like, oh, I didn't run into him, so it must have been fine. But nope, it's not fine. You'll eventually hit right where he's at and take damage. And plus, him being summoned in the same place is not good anyways. So we're back to the drawing board again. So that platform works fine. Why is it that the animation doesn't play from where he gets emitted? Maybe that's something that I could see in the animation logic? Like I could understand what's going on there. Also, I have a character that's public now that doesn't work, so I should have done more testing. Do 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 do. Is this Puppet Logic already up? No, that's not his Puppet Logic. I want his Puppet Logic. Oh, there it is. It's like smaller than the other one. That makes sense, I suppose. Okay. Tweak menu? What does travel mean? Instead of going back to the position in the scene where it started, the animated object will restart its animation from the place it ended. Oh, so it'll continue to like inch forward. I don't think there's a setting specifically for making it not change its physical position. Why is it like that? Why is it that the animation forces him to be right there? And why can't he just be wherever I need him to be? Yeah, like the idea that it summons arbitrarily, I guess doesn't make any sense to me, because the emitter should be setting where the emission happens. Not that emitter. This emitter. Emitters are normally relative to where the person is. I could have sworn. Like it should put him right there. And it does when you don't have the animation. But I want that animation though. If I could get him to move, I almost checked that cord. If I can get him to do that movement without an animation, that'd be nice. But I'm not entirely sure how I would do that. Or if I could change the animation to where he doesn't always have to start in the same place, that'd be cool. But I don't know exactly how I would do that. So I have to try and work that out. My mind's like, if you summoned a bounce pad at an angle under the robot, that could be interesting. I'll delete the action recorder for now, because I do think the action recorder is part of why it's not working. He's freaking out now when he gets summoned. He like starts like twitching and shit. Gosh. Oh, your lantern arm is so long. If you turn away from him, he's too close to you. When you're like, this sucks even more. Because now it's a thing where it's like, you have to change whatever's causing the animation problem, and you're gonna have to change the emission stuff for everything. Okay. Now you can turn around without fear of killing yourself. Also, he is still being summoned in front of you in such a way to where you get hurt. Is he set to face the camera when idle or something? I don't know why he keeps doing that. He doesn't, but he starts moving for some reason. I think it might have to do with his follow behavior. It's not his follow behavior, because my boy is as twitchy as he's ever been. I don't want him to just be a standard projectile. I want him to leap forward in an arc. But for some reason, using an animation limits his, like, scope of movement. I'm not sure why. I don't have a lot of time to figure it out either. Hmm. 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 So earlier I deleted this follow behavior. I don't know why I brought it back. I was thinking about maybe making a thing where you summon a tag and then he runs toward the tag. But that wouldn't make him jump or anything. He would just move a little bit, which I guess would be unique. I guess one thing I just thought about, why don't I just emit him in an arc? Like right now I have him emitting at like 0 meters per second or whatever. What if he emitted at like 1 meter per second? You take his arrow and you set it to be diagonally up, right? Well, for one, I suddenly was like, there are actually multiple problems with that. He has to be 2D. He has to stay 2D. He's supposed to be locked to 2D movement. So if I mess this up, it'll never hit anything and be bad. So there's that. That seems like a pretty legitimate reason why I didn't do this before. I'm sorry? What did I set to being shot diagonally up? I'm pretty sure it was you. So, do something ridiculous. Like where he should, like, fire off. Yes. Yes, it is perfection. This is what I needed the whole time. And he summons wherever the fuck I want him to be. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. So now, save it to the public. And I have like 3 minutes before Beth and I are gonna get back to our date. Woo! Okay. So now, we need to go to the player 2 character, which I'm actually kind of scared about. Because if I make the player 2 character and I mess him up, like if he's not like the player 1 character, they're supposed to essentially be identical. that could be a problem. Let's see. The second emitter. $10 meters per second. Shouldn't be too hard to replicate what I did before. Excuse me. Also, I will have to end the stream momentarily. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button. Favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring the notification bell, be notified whenever we do these live streams. Thank you all once again for tuning in. This is your friend, your boy, Jump Like the One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chicken guy.